want to do it.
Just because it takes me to place, like something in your wrong place. And I'm like,
Interesting.
I don't remember. Especially the kids' ones are terrible. We gotta learn those ways. So 75
He did
officially been changed to 74.
Yeah, I haven't spoken to the guy, but it is 74.
Oh, I know that.
Yes,
He
and
could be-
everything.
I know that.
Yes,
We're going through it.
Is he-
Two sets at the same time.
Mr. Thomas,
I've been through 3 so far.
on your letter that you did asking for the extension, you put 75 Hidden Valley Road. It's 74. Is it okay if we change that? Okay.
I think they. And like they should come in first.
They just.
They did 3 races and,
I know. I know.
Jude just had.
We good?
Yeah, they have to take time.
All righty. Good evening and welcome to the July 10th, 2025 Town of Lake Luzerne Zoning Board of Appeals meeting. Please rise and recite the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, would you call the roll, please? Here.
Michael Widow, here. Sonia Harris.
Here.
Matthew Boucher.
Here. On this evening's agenda, we have a public hearing for application 2025 AV-3, David Heil, 79 Sagamore Drive, height variance for detached garage. For 74 Hidden Valley Road, agent Frank Thomas, for owner Glenn Hausman, request for a 1-year extension to replace a non-conforming structure that was partially destroyed by a fire in January of 2024. A new application for Americo Renzulli's 47 Stones Pond Road for a height variance for an accessory building. New application for Michael Reed, 1353 Lake Avenue for a side yard setback variance for a sign. We have minutes to accept and new and old business. And with that, I would like to get into the public hearing for area variance 2025 AV-3, David Heil, 79 Sagamore Drive. Mr. Heil, would you please come up to the podium? Karen, I know the public notice has been issued.
Yes. It was published July 1st. And I have received back one of the notices that went out by mail. The address had changed. We reset, it was received back in the office July 7th. We resent it back out that same day to the address given to us by the post office, and that was for Mary Nugent. I did receive one email and it was dated July 4th. Hello, my name is Carl Falatico. And my wife Jackie and I own 107 Sagamore Drive in Lake Luzerne. We do not have any opposition to the variance Mr. Heil has applied for. Those are the only 2 that I have.
Thank you. Is there anyone in the audience tonight who would like to speak to this area variance? With the exception of Mr. Heil. If there's no one here to address that, I will close the public hearing. I would like to go through the application. This application is seeker exempt. APA in progress. Mr. Heil, do you have APA approval?
Yes. That letter was forwarded to verify.
Oh, I thought I had given it to you last month. It's dated May 5th. I thought we had it last month, but yes, we have a non-jurisdictional letter in the file.
Okay, county referral is not required. I stand corrected. I read down further, there's a non-jurisdictional letter in the file. That being said, I would like to go through the application. Application is looking for a variance from Article 6, Section B5 for the height of an accessory structure. History of the property, residential lakefront property owned since 2005. The finished overall height of the detached garage will be now. I have two different numbers here, so Karen, height is going to be just 28 feet, is that correct?
Corrected height is
28.
28 feet, yes.
As opposed to the code mandated 18 feet, the height of the existing dwelling is 30 feet. I assume there's no questions on the background information. I would like to get into the varying standards then. Question number 1, describe how the requested variance will not alter the character of the larger neighborhood or impact adjacent properties. This is a 1.5-story garage, which will match the surrounding houses, as most of the homes exist as 1.5 stories. The attached garage across the street is 2-story. I've been to the property. I have seen the slope. I understand the situation. We have this very frequently in Lake Luzerne, especially with lakefront property. I do not believe that the proposed structure will alter the character of the neighborhood or impact on adjacent properties. Rail.
I am on the same page with Matt. I don't think you're gonna impact me.
Mike,
Please pull your mics in by yourself, thanks.
I feel the same. The requested variance is not going to alter the character of the larger neighborhood or impact the adjacent properties.
Tanya,
I feel the same. The requested variance will not alter the character of the neighborhood or impact the adjacent properties.
question number 2, describe what alternatives have been explored to achieve the solution other than variance. Proposing attached structure to existing house plans were rejected by the Lake Luzerne zoning officer. I don't know if Karen's letter is in here. Karen discussed this with me when the attached plan was first proposed. Neither Karen nor I nor the town of Williams or Warren County believe that the proposal would make it an attached structure. So there was an alternative proposed, but it was not going to make it an attached structure. And I can speak with this with authority because I have the same problem at my place. And it went to great expense to make it an attached structure. Rail?
In my opinion, minimal alternatives were explored because you really don't have a lot of alternatives there. You know, you're on the side of a hill. I don't see a problem with it.
Can I speak?
Yes,
Well, with all due respect, there's no definition of attachment.
for a second, I'm agreeing with you. You might.
Okay.
Okay, yes, very good.
Mike?
There was an alternative explored to achieve a solution other than the variance, but
Sonia?
I agree also.
You agree with that? Specifically, you're agreeing with what?
The same as everybody else. The alternatives were, he did do what he had to.
Question number 3, explain whether this requested variance is substantial. The request is for an additional 8 feet of average overall building height above the 18 feet, but now that 8 feet is 10 feet, because the height is now 28 feet. So we're talking a 10-foot addition, a 10-foot addition to an 18-foot regulation. I consider this to be substantial, Rail.
It's substantial, however, you're in a kind of substantial situation, that's why you're here. But height is something that we're working on with the town at the time, so. I think it's substantial.
Mike,
I feel that the requested variance is substantial. 10 feet above 18 is a substantial number.
Sonia.
I feel the request for the variance is substantial also.
Question number 4, describe how the requested variance will not have an adverse impact on physical and environmental conditions in the neighborhood. The response is the requested footprint is in keeping with current zoning guideline. The requested height variance would keep the garage in line with surrounding structures. I do not believe that the requested variance will have an adverse impact on physical and environmental conditions in the neighborhood. The structure is similar to many other garages in the neighborhood. Rail.
I do not see any adverse impact on your variance. We're only looking at the height difference. That's what we're looking at. That doesn't have a impact, in my opinion.
Mike,
I feel that the requested variance will not have an adverse impact on the physical and environmental conditions in the neighborhood.
Sonia,
I feel the variance will not have any adverse impact or physical environment conditions in the neighborhood either.
question number 5, describe how the requested variance is not a self-created difficulty. Response is due to the cost of construction of land, the code mandated 18 feet max does not allow a detached garage to be cost effectively built. Garages today have a 10 to 12 foot ceiling height to allow for vehicle lifts. A line for construction would allow 4 to 5 feet of storage area height and on the second floor. The submitted design has a 24-foot maximum height, which I believe now is 28. Allowing for the sufficient second floor storage and making this project cost effective to be built. Additionally, the existing topography slopes approximately 8%, causing the building height to increase by approximately 4 feet 6 inches. I understand that your other residence is in Florida. If you need to have a vehicle lift where you are right now, we are in a real world of hurt
How so?
based on how high you are above the lake.
Oh, the vehicle lift is not because of flooding. The vehicle lift is because of storage requirements.
To get it out of the way.
Yeah,
Right.
and also for any recreational vehicles during the winter months.
Okay, so what,
Unfortunately, you know, you're limited size-wise, both because of the size of the lot and economically. I mean, I could make the garage bigger, but then it would be costing more money and I'd run it would be even a greater different distance from the grade to the peak of the roof because I'd be fighting the grade going downhill.
so with almost every one of these area variances that we get, this is a self-created difficulty based on the response that we just received. It would cost more money. That is not something we take into consideration. It is totally self-created, Rail.
How is it self-created if the topography is forcing the?
Because you want it.
You don't have to build a garage.
You want it, you don't need it.
To build a garage. Okay. I could.
It-
We could debate this.
Yeah, to be honest with you, like,
Right ahead.
we're not debating that. That's kind of a loaded question.
Okay,
And I mean, it's a loaded question with every variance.
okay.
I don't think we've seen one that hasn't been self-created. But
I don't have to
it-
build a garage, you're right.
Yep,
We've seen two.
yeah, it is self-created. However, they all are,
Fair enough.
in my opinion. Most of them.
Mike,
The requested variance is a self-created difficulty.
Sonia,
The requested variance is a self-created difficulty but understand.
does anyone have any additional questions? Make a motion to accept area variance 2025 AV-3 David Hiles 79 Sagamore Drive for a height variance.
You're saying accept accept or approve.
I'm sorry. Approve. I make a motion to approve area variance 2025 AV-3 David Hile 79 Sagamore Drive, height variance for attached garage of 28 feet.
I like to second that.
Rail. Roll call vote to approve 2025 AV-3, Rail,
Yes.
Margaret, yes. Sonia Hughes.
Yes.
And Chairman Matthew Pouch.
Yes.
Four votes yes, motion carried.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Heil.
Yes.
I will provide you with a filed cover sheet and probably Monday. I can do that and scan it into you. Then when you're ready to build, you'll have to come. I do have your application, but I'll need 3 sets of the new plans, okay?
Next item on the agenda, 79 Hidden Valley Road. Agent Frank Thomas for the owner Glenn Hausman request for a 1-year extension to replace a non-conforming structure that was partially destroyed by fire in January 2024. Evening, sir. So, tell me about your request.
We need an extension. We didn't receive the permit until December of 24. That's when the drawings were done and submitted for a plan for a permit. So we already started outside of the window that we had.
Just a, are you the contractor?
Yes, yes.
Anyone have any questions on this request?
Is there like an application or is it this?
So this is, if you guys recall, the last meeting, we had Mr. Cafino come in. This is actually the neighbor who brought up the situation that they were outside of that time frame of being within that year. Well, the permit had been issued, but now he's past that time. It was within the time frame when it was issued, but now they're outside of that. And so now that Mr. Hausman had Mr. Thomas come in to write his extension letter to request it for him for the extension of the year to go to January 4th, 2026.
Do you feel you'll be finished by
Yeah.
January?
Yes.
There's no real application for this. It just says that in this situation that the individual can request an extension. So this is the request for the extension. It's not like an area.
I guess it works.
Any other questions, anyone? I make a motion to approve an extension for 74 Hidden Valley Road until January 4th of 2026.
I'll second that. All right, roll call vote to accept the extension for 74 Hidden Valley Road until January 4th, 2026. Roll call vote, Rail,
Yes.
Michael, yes. Sonia Harris.
Yes.
And Chairman Matthew Pouch.
Yes.
All votes yes, motion carried.
So I will provide I have Mr. Hausman's email. I'll provide him a copy of this after I filed it with the town clerk's office on Monday. Okay,
Thank
so
very
you need to finish up by that January date.
much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a nice night. I get them all mixed up there.
Next item on the agenda is new application for Americo Renzulli, 47 Stones Pond Road. 2025 AV-4 for a height variance for an accessory building. Proposed height is 23.5 feet, allowed height is 18 feet.
John, you want to come up to the table? John Gillis is here to represent the owner. It's an agent form in your file. And please speak into the mic.
I said it's like going in front of the principal.
So tell us about your request.
People are looking to build a 45 by 50 garage. Because they're moving stuff from where their primary residence is in Connecticut, because he inherited. His brother had passed away and he inherited pretty much everything the man owns. They don't want to keep it there anymore. They want to bring it up here on their property in Luzerne. And where the garage is going, unless you're basically gonna look at it from a satellite, you won't be able to see it from any road. And it's all on private property. There's nothing around it except their houses.
My problem in question is height.
Yes.
It's in the Hamlet residential area. And it's the same thing, maximum height of 18 feet. But it is on a very large piece of property. It's not a, it's. I mean, if
And it's
you-
out in the middle of nowhere, guys. Go all the way to the end of Stones Pond, you can't. There's nothing there. And it's a private road.
Anyone have any questions before we proceed? Want to go over the application? Applicant information. Americo Renzulli. Now, we get into this all the time.
He put both.
But the application says the legal address is 47 Stones Pond Road, Lake Luzerne, New York, and the mailing address is 12 George Street, Westport, Connecticut. So where does Mr. Renzulli live?
Connecticut.
So the legal address is 12 George Street, Westport, Connecticut, not 47 Stones Pond Road, Lake Luzerne, New York.
Stones Pond Road is where the construction is gonna be done at.
That is not the question. Question is, where is Mr. Renzulli's legal
Connecticut.
address? I would like to change the legal address from 47 Stones Pond Road, Lake Luzerne, New York, to 12 George Street, Westport, Connecticut. You are Mr. Renzulli's agent. Do you agree with that?
Yes.
Thank you. Requesting variance from the general regulation for accessory structure, building height of maximum 18 feet. Western height,
I think it's 23.6 or
23 feet, 8 inches.
8 inches. That's from top of floor to top of ridge cap.
Go through the property. Bought property on June 25th, 2012, 80 acres. Has a house, property is subdivided with a 10-acre pond. House height is 23.5 feet.
Matt, can I just interrupt for a second? I
Certainly.
just looked back at my notes. And when I was working on this with Mr. Gillis. And I am the one on this application that wrote in house height is 23.5 feet.
Right,
In my notes, I have that the house height
21 feet
21,
21 feet, 8 inches.
right, 21 feet, 8 inches. So that needs to be changed. I had written it on there wrong. The building height, though, is the 23.5
Yes.
feet that they're proposing to
Yes,
build. But the house height is 21 feet, 8 inches.
so the accessory structure is higher than the existing building,
Correct.
so that requires,
It's the same variance. It's written that it can't exceed the height of the house or 18 feet, whichever is less.
Yeah, it's in that same.
So he's asking a variance of that 18 feet to 23.5 feet.
thank you.
so we'll just scratch off house height is 23.5.
Yeah, I would make it 21 feet, 8 inches.
You're cool with that, right?
He's the one that gave me the,
It is wrong. 23.5 feet is wrong. It's 21
he's,
8.
he's the one that gave me the figure. I wrote it wrong.
Just
That's
so.
my error.
No, you're good, bud. Later. No, you're good, bud. Yeah, like I said, he's just doing this building just for storage, so he can get all the stuff from Connecticut up to here. That's all it is.
Description of proposed action, putting a 45 by 50-foot storage building 23.5 feet high. Not a warehouse. Going through the application, in response to the first question. How the requested variance will not alter the character of the larger neighborhood or impact adjacent properties. We're the last house on a small dead-end road. We own the private road. It backs up to 80 acres. Barn would not be visible to neighbors. It would be used to store it. Used. As for storage surrounded by woods. Question number 2, in your opinion, describe what alternatives are explored to achieve a solution other than variance. Responses, none yet, didn't know we needed a variance, no neighbors are affected, and I know we need the height for the snow in the winter. Question number 3, in your opinion, explain whether the requested variance is substantial, not affecting the environment. The request is at least 50% increase. I do not feel substantial. Question number 4, in your opinion, describe how the requested variance will not have an adverse impact on physical and environmental conditions in the neighborhood. Responses, we own all the property. The area is already cleared. The trees are not disturbed and no extra runoff of water. Question number 5, in your opinion, describe how the requested variance is not a self-created difficulty. Response is yes, there is easy access to a private road, no difficulty. I need for the weight load and the material I am putting in it.
And
I have a map showing the location of the property, the proposed location of the storage building. We have a detailed structure, print of the storage building. The map shows all of the adjacent properties. We have the deed. We have aerial photographs. We have a letter from APA, non-jurisdictional.
and I even went and saw DEC. And they wouldn't write a letter because they have no control or anything that's going on there. It's out of their purview.
I believe that Manzulis have met all the requirements for the application. Does anyone have any questions?
No.
I make a motion to accept area variance 2025 AV 4, Emerita Renzulli, 47 Stones Pond Road as complete.
Second that.
Second by Rio. All right, motion to approve or to accept 2025 AV 4
I want to get yelled at again.
as complete. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? And motion carried.
Make a motion to set a public hearing for area variance 2025 AV 4, Americo Renzulli, 47 Stones Pond Road, for August 14th at 7 PM.
I will second.
Second by Mike. All right, motion to set public hearing 2025 AV 4 for August 14th at 7 PM. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carried.
You're all set till then. Have to come back on the 14th.
7 o'clock?
Yep.
Okay. I would. Probably remind me.
Okay, I'll try to remember to.
All right, guys, have a good night.
Thanks, John. Have a good night.
Next item on the agenda is a new application from Michael Reed, 1353 Lake Avenue. Area variance 2025 AV 5. Mr. Reed is asking for side yard setback variance for a sign. He is in a residential resort area, 20-foot, 25-foot setback is required. He's proposing 8 feet.
Good evening, zoning board. Everything he said is correct. And the posts have been there for the last 40 to 50 years in constant commercial use. Up until the last property owner, which he stayed away and he ended up dying before the property changed hands. But otherwise, it's been in constant use in that location with those existing posts. And I want to clarify on the size of the sign that it is not 25 square feet, as Tucker and I discussed. I don't know who's responsible for that calculus equation, but it is actually 19.6 square feet because it's a circle and not a square of a 5 by 5. But the corners are all less.
Thank you.
I'd like to also contribute to the file that you already have. A picture from our property which demonstrates the posts in relation to our property and to the adjacent property's signage.
Any questions thus far?
No.
Those posts have been there for how long?
They've been there for 40 to 50 years in constant use.
They aged well.
What? There was posts in that
These-
area.
The posts have been replaced recently in the same location, in the same specs as the previous posts.
Using the concrete.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was just, when I looked
I
at this
know,
picture,
you're
I was like, wow,
They were like
really
sideways when we
aged
got
nice.
there.
Like to go through the application. Mr. Reed, I have to ask this question. You do reside at 1353?
Correct.
Thank you. History of the property. It's complete. Description of the proposed action. Looking for an 8-foot setback versus a 25-foot setback. Question 1. There was a complete response. Question 2. There was a complete response. Question 3. There was a complete response. Question 4. There was a complete response. Question 5. There was a complete response. We have the deed. We have the maps of the adjacent properties, showing the adjacent properties.
Have you started the APA jurisdictional
It
inquiry?
it is submitted and we received receipt. They have an estimated time of response, official response within 3 to 4 weeks, and it's been about a week. So.
You should get it back before the next meeting. They usually send me a copy to they send the town a copy, so
Okay.
we'll probably get it the same day.
Anyone have any question? I make a motion to accept area variance 2025 AV 5, Michael Reed. Location 1353 Lake Avenue as complete.
Second that.
Second by Will. Motion to accept 2025 as complete. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And one motion carried.
Thank you, zoning board.
Not done yet.
Not done. with-
Yes, sir.
So
You won't like it. Make a motion to set a public hearing for area variance 2025 AV 5. For. Let's set the first one for 7:00, 7:05 PM. On August 14th.
I'll second. Mike. All right, motion to set the public hearing for 2025 on August 14th at 7:05 PM. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? And one motion carried.
All right, thank you, zoning board. We'll see you then.
All right, thank
See
you.
next month.
Has everyone seen the June minutes?
Yes.
Anyone have any questions, comments?
No.
Motion to approve the June minutes.
I'll second.
And by Mike, motion to approve the June minutes. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? And one motion carried.
No business. Well, I actually have some new business. The town actually issued the RFP for the zoning regulations revision on the 26th, I believe. The RFP has gone out for bid. On the same day the RFP went out for bid, because one of the eight potential bidders respond that he was, thank you, but I'm not interested. So the bidders have until August 28th to respond. So we'll see what happens for there, but the RFP is finally going out, and we'll see if we get anybody to bid on it and what the bids come in at and where we stand. Anyone else?
Mary, do you have any update on the Article 78 on Gailey Hill?
Karen, do you have anything?
I do not have anything, Tucker.
I have nothing.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And thank you for this.